We are cruising at the speed of smell here, people. Hey folks, it's Cortezerino. Today I'm going to show you my trackless minecart station. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the majority of you already knew about how to get a minecart to travel without a track. You put a bunch of them together, give them a bit of a power, and off they go, and you can even ride in them. As long as you don't try and do anything fancy like taking a turn or anything like that, they will go dead straight. So I discovered this by accident just the other day, so I've been playing around with it, but I also looked on YouTube and sure enough, people have been fiddling with these things for years and years, but I didn't really find that many cool inventions with it. I guess it's not overly useful, otherwise people would have done a lot more with it. Like, I can immediately see it would be great for transporting villagers because it picks them up so easily. And yeah, early game, if you've got enough iron for a bunch of minecarts, then yeah, that could be something to do. So I racked my brain and I thought, what could be a good use for this crazy minecart mechanic? And an obvious choice is some minecart stations. So because we can only travel in a straight line, I mean, you can do bends, sort of, if you put a bit of track down, but I've just designed this for a straight track. One that can receive all the minecarts, break them on the cactus, and then at the push of the button, reload a whole bunch of them, and then be able to go off again. And I wanted to make it really compact, and I've done that. But I was trying to think, well, when would you actually use this? I suppose if you've got a really long underground tunnel, it could be handy. But then I thought of something else. So this design could be useful on the roof of the Nether. I figured with woodland mansions now, as far away as they are, if you've got your main base but you think, well, I want to do some building in the woodland mansion, maybe I'll convert it into something cool. You're going to need to get there and get back. And obviously elytras would be a better choice, a faster choice above the roof of the Nether. But, it's only a matter of time before you die and lose your last elytra. And it'd be cool to have another way of getting there that's always going to be there. You're not going to die and lose it. So I thought this could be cool. You set it up where your base is at the roof of the Nether. Press a button, jump in the carts, go away and have a coffee, and when you get back, you are at your destination. And that's why this thing has such a crazy shape. I've designed it to go on top of bedrock. So, let's go do a tutorial. And I thought, why not? Let's build this on a little bit of bedrock. So you're going to need a 3x4 space. Should be a lot of that on the roof of the Nether. And we're also going to put a piece of track just out the front here. So that's where our minecart's going to come in and out. So grab yourself a dropper, come along to this corner and place your dropper facing straight up. And then with a dispenser this time, place it right there facing in this direction with a hopper leading into that bottom dropper. Then two more like so and one facing straight down into the middle hopper. Now we're also going to use a hopper minecart here because when all this bundle of minecarts comes in and hits the cactus, they go everywhere. So without a hopper minecart underneath the cactus, you're likely to lose one or two every time you come into land, and we don't want that. So place a piece of track on this last hopper with a hopper minecart on top, then break your track. Then come up above, place a temporary block right there, then a block of sand above the minecart and it'll drop down. Then you can break that sand. We'll put a cactus right there with a block on top and then we're going to put our button right there. So next, grab yourself a redstone torch and place it on the back of the block with the button on it. Then grab another block, place it right there on the side of the torch, then come underneath and with a sticky piston place it facing straight down and you can break that block up there. We don't need it anymore. Then from this side I want you to place an observer block below the sticky piston. Then come around to this side and facing at the arm of the piston place another observer block right there. Then behind the observer we'll place a block and a piece of dust right there. So what happens now, when you push the button, the torch will turn off, the piston will retract, and we're going to make a clock out of these 2 observer blocks. So that'll fire these droppers and dispensers 6 times and give us 6 minecarts onto our track. So let's just put our track in. We're going to want to put a powered rail right there in the middle, and then 1 more piece of track right there. Now, believe it or not, guys, apart from me putting some minecarts in there, that is done. But we're not actually done yet. We're just got to place some decorative blocks, but they're also going to have a function, because when we come in here, like I said earlier, all those minecarts are going to hit the cactus and go everywhere. And if we're ejected right here from the minecart, we're going to collect a lot of those blocks in our inventory, and we don't want that. So we're going to place a block right there and another block there, and then that way we'll get ejected up to here, and we're just far enough away from all those minecarts where they're not going to end up in our inventory. So just for looks, we'll do the same on this side, and might as well bring that up too so it looks a bit nicer. And then I like to put a block on each side there, but all of that was decorative. The only really necessary ones are these 2 here and these 2 here, just to stop the minecarts flying off everywhere. Now the very last thing to do is we're going to put a slab right there. And this is just to ensure that we're not ever ejected onto this hopper right here, because then we're going to get all those minecarts back in our inventory. So by putting the slab there, that means that we're always ejected up to the top here, and you can still reach your minecarts when you press the button. There we go, we can still get them and get inside and flow off to our next station. One thing I want to point out, guys, if you do end up building one of these on the roof of the Nether, if you want to stop pigmen spawning, don't put carpet here. If you put carpet here, you're not going to be ejected properly up to the top. So if you want to stop spawns, use buttons instead. And you just have to remember which is your button that launches all the minecarts. And use a stone button. If you use a wooden one, well, you'll just get more minecarts, but it works fine with the stone. So might as well go for the cheap option. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I've managed to make a completely useless feature of Minecraft a little bit useful, I hope. So if you do end up building this in your world, tell me what you used it for. I'd be very interested. So cheers, I'm Cortezerino. See you later.